more unscripted content. Yo, I was going to do 2D Mario games, but when I asked about it on Twitter, everyone and their mom said, "Are you gonna include Wonder? Are you gonna include Wonder? How about Wonder? What are you doing about Wonder?" Wonder didn't come out yet, but seeing as how it comes out in less than 2 months, I'm gonna shelve that tier list until later on. So today, we're tackling Mario Kart Games, and the tiers are right over there. I will explain them later on, but right now, let's start talking about Super Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart, the very first Mario Kart. This game is cool. It got Koopa, it's got Mario, DK, or Donkey Kong Jr. actually, not even Donkey Kong. And the usual Mario characters you normally see, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi. The game is solid, the tracks are okay. A lot of the tracks are basically the same thing but with different layouts. SNES Mario Circuit 1, Mario Circuit 2, Mario Circuit 3, Mario Circuit 4. I think there might have even been a Mario Circuit 5. So, inventiveness was not major in Super Mario Kart. The game was the first game though, so you have room to do whatever you want and then build up off of that. There's nothing wrong with starting off weak as long as you build the foundation to jump off of it from. And man, this game introducing SNES Rainbow Road is a mainstay to this day. Not just Rainbow Road as a theme, but SNES Rainbow Road. No barriers, all these different curves, go in. How good are you? It's a good game, so much so that I'm gonna put it in product of its time. Listen, I'll play Super Mario Kart if I have to if I want to play every Mario Kart in a row, I will include this, and I won't be too mad about it. The thing is, it's the first one. And there's a lot of quality of life updates that came in later games that this game just doesn't have. Yes, there's drifting, but the rubber banding in this game is disgusting. There's no blue shell. The item choice is kinda, I think the unique item here was Super Feather, which did come back in, I believe, Mario Kart 8 in the battle mode, which is pretty cool. But otherwise, it's okay. If you don't play Super Mario Kart, you're not losing anything, I promise you. Mario Kart 64 is essentially better Super Mario Kart. The characters do swap up a bit. We get Donkey Kong instead of Donkey Kong Jr. Instead of Koopa, we get Wario! I figured it out. Instead of Koopa, we get Wario. So it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Toad, which Toad is Super Mario Kart? I actually can't remember. But I know we get him in Mario Kart 64. Bowser, Wario, and Donkey Kong. So those are the characters we get. Amazing tracks. You only get 4 cups though, which equate to 16 tracks that you get to play. But the music in Mario Kart 64 is a mainstay for a lot of games. Everybody knows the circuit theme. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. When you go to Royal Raceway in Mario Kart 8, that's the circuit theme. Luigi Circuit, Mario Circuit, Wario Stadium, the N64 Rainbow Road, which, yeah, it's a little too long, but I don't mind it. That's the thing with Mario Kart 64. This game is flawed. I'm not going to say it's not. The rubber banding is worse than Super Mario Kart. It introduces the blue shell. Do you know why the blue shell was introduced? Because they didn't want you to get too far out from the computers and them not be able to catch up because it would cause the game to slow down. So they introduced the blue shell to save memory. They give you the blue shell to give you a better gaming experience. What? It doesn't make sense, but that's why it exists. I I don't know though. I love this game because I love all the tracks. I love all the music. I love all the character sounds. The Luigi beating that. Peach is like, yeah, Peach has got it. Yoshi, you got Luigi. I'm Luigi. Number one. Donkey Kong. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of charm to Mario Kart 64 that I absolutely love, and I think that this game set the standard for what Mario Kart games was going to be in the future. So if you ask me where I put Mario Kart 64, era defining. I think that it took what Super Mario Kart tried to do and made it a reality. And there's a lot of things that happen in this game that are still affecting Mario Kart to this day. Yeah! So let's go over these tiers because they're a little different from the last video, the 3D Mario game tier list. Top tier. This is the one that you have to play. This is a must-play Mario Kart game. If you play it with anybody, you're going to have a great time. Era defining. There is something about these games that not only make them great, but change up how Mario Kart games will look coming up. There's about 2 or 3 games in this tier list, Mario Kart 64 being one of them, so keep an eye out as we go through the video. Would play anytime. Not that these games really reinvented the wheel or introduced something new, but they're fun. If you want to play a good Mario Kart, if you just want a kart game, play this game. It's alright is like, it's alright. Like, yeah, that's really it. It's alright. I wouldn't harp on it, but I'm not going to drag it. It's cool, I guess, if you want to play it, but I probably wouldn't. A product of this time typically means you probably won't get a great experience if you were to play it today. Not that it was bad then, but it's not great now. And for all disclaimers, Mario Kart 64 could probably go in a product of its time, but this is my tier list, and I put it in era defining. If you don't put it in era defining, make your own tier list. With that said, here we go! Mario Kart Super Circuit is the first Mario Kart on a handheld. That's how I'll put it. It is the first Mario Kart on this handheld. It's not bad. As a matter of fact, I did have a decent time when I was originally playing it. When I first got Mario Kart Super Circuit, the theme song, like, it's cool, it's fun, and I enjoy it. And then I start playing the game. It plays decently enough. The Game Boy Advance shoulder buttons, I burned out so many of them. Thank God for the GBASP. But it played well. It was fun. It looked okay. It was pretty much like a medium between Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64. Like, maybe mechanically, graphically, it looked like Mario Kart, but it kind of played like Mario Kart 64. So it was okay. But the thing is, if you want to 100% this game, it is probably the most grueling Mario Kart game to 100%. Now, there are a lot of tracks to unlock. Like, you can unlock, I think, maybe 20. I think this might be the first game that introduced retro tracks. Like, you could play SNES tracks in Mario Kart Super Circuit, which is pretty cool. Something that hasn't been done before. But I don't remember many of the original tracks from this game besides the Rainbow Road. And I only remember the Rainbow Road because it was so unique. Instead of the no rails on this Rainbow Road, all the rails were bumpers. And you could use those bumpers with a mushroom to get a stupid shortcut. I remember getting a world record. For less than a minute on this track, maybe even under 40 seconds. You can go really fast in this track, so it's cool to play it like that. But otherwise, I don't really remember Mario Kart Super Circuit besides the stress to try to 100% this track. I don't know, man. No, I do know. It is a product of its time. The first Mario Kart game on a handheld system, it plays well, it's decent. If you didn't have anything else and you wanted to play Mario Kart on a go, whether you're on the bus, playing whatever, you could play Mario Kart Super Circuit. But just know, it's kind of dated. I could probably put this in I, but there are other handheld Mario Kart games that are better beyond its time. Mario Kart Double Dash. You guys are probably waiting for this one. Where's PK gonna put it? If you are a member of my community, you already know how I feel about this game. But if you don't, welcome. My name is PKSparkxx, and I think Mario Kart Double Dash, I'll get to that in a second. But let me talk about this game. There's not much to remember about Double Dash to me, besides things that I just don't like. There are, what, 20 characters? Which is pretty cool. You got a pretty wide character roster, but they were also just duplicates of each other. Mario, Luigi, Peach and Daisy, Koopa and Paratrooper, Toad and Toadette, Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. Who else am I missing? And of course the unlockable characters, Petey Piranha and King Boo, they're there. And I feel like I'm missing somebody, but who cares? Oh, Bowser Jr. and Bowser! I remember! Yo, listen, the character roster is okay, and I think one of the interesting things about this game is that each character, well, pair of characters I should say, have their own special. So Mario and Luigi are the only ones that get the fireballs. Peach and Daisy get a heart around them, like a heart shield, that if an item hits them, they get to pick it up instead. So pretty cool. What I didn't like was how some staple items became specials. Like the Koopa and Paratrooper were the only ones that can get triple shells. The Toad and Toadette were the only ones that can get a golden mushroom. Super mushroom back in Mario Kart 64. No, I don't like that. Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong get a giant banana. Bowser Jr. and Bowser get a giant shell. Oh, and Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, I forgot them too. Their special is cool. They get a chain chomp, essentially the precursor to a bullet bill. And the chain chomp just goes down the lane. But once they're done tethering onto the chain chomp still keeps going by itself for a bit. So it can still attack everybody ahead of you. So it's pretty cool. But the gimmick itself, the Double Dash, was very gimmicky. I did not enjoy playing this mode when I was playing it with friends. And if you're the person on the back of the cart, you don't really do much. As a matter of fact, you trying to hit people to get their items or bump them off the road can actually mess the driver up, and then y'all put yourself back more than anything else. So you gotta really practice to be any sort of competent. But if you want to be the back player in the Double Dash cart, you get the items. Sure, you can hold items. That was the first time you could like swap items. That was pretty cool. But the tracks were forgettable. Dino Jungle, Wario Coliseum, and Waluigi Stadium. Those were great. What else? What else really came from Double Dash? The Rainbow Road? I don't remember it. The Bowser's Castle? I had to look it up, which it was kind of memorable. It has the half pipe on that thing. So that was kind of cool. But overall, I just don't remember much about Double Dash. The only thing I would say though, the All Cup Tour. If Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Wave 6 DLC does not come with the All Cup Tour, I'm going to be mad. It's a cool feature. That needs to come back. But otherwise, I'm putting Double Dash in its eye. It really is just eye to me. I don't lose sleep not having played this for so long. So in case you guys can't tell what that one is, that is Mario Kart Arcade GP. Now, there are 3 installments: Mario Kart Arcade GP, Arcade GP 2, and Arcade GP DS. I'm just going to include them all because they essentially give the same experience. If you guys have never played them, go to your local Dave & Buster's or arcade. You might find one there. It's essentially Mario Kart in an arcade form with very different controls and Namco characters. You can play with the Ghost from Pac-Man, with Pac-Man himself, and a few other characters depending on the version that you're playing. So it is pretty cool. But it's an arcade Mario Kart. It's not bad, it's not great, it's not anything to really write home about, but it's cool. I did a video on one time. If you want to do a search, Mario Kart Arcade PKSparkxx, you might find the video. But otherwise, I'm putting it inside. Like if you go to arcade, you see this game there, pick it up, play it, do the darn thing. It's cool, but you don't have to go out your way for it. Yahoo! Mario Kart DS. I'm not even going to give y'all the runaround. This thing is era defining in so many great ways. A fantastic roster, one that included Rob, the robotic operating buddy. Bring back Rob! But for some reason, they're not doing so. But he had some different vehicle parts. Oh, each character had 3 different carts that were themed to them. And when you beat the game, everybody got to use anybody's part. You could have Yoshi driving in Rob legs. It was so dumb in the best way. I love Mario Kart DS. Great character roster, great kart choices. The tracks are amazing in Mario Kart DS. And don't forget snaking. Oh, wait! You want to know why this is the most era-defining one on the line! On the line! Dude, I would walk 2 blocks down the street to get to an open Wi-Fi spot from old neighbors that didn't know how to put security on their thing. And I would camp outside their house, on public property, but outside their house, connect my DS, and play Mario Kart from their Wi-Fi because I didn't have it at home. That's how serious it was. I'll be out in the sun, dude, and I'm just sitting there playing Mario Kart online. It was so much fun. Mario Kart DS did a lot of things right and introduced a feature that Mario Kart has to have from here on out, online. Again, great character roster, great tracks, great music, great tech, just great. Mario Kart DS is amazing. Honestly, you could probably put this in the top tier, but I really want people to understand that Mario Kart DS introduced a lot of things that you know from Mario Kart today. If I say Mario Kart Wii is the Smash Bros. Melee of Mario Kart, would you agree or disagree with that statement? Now think about it before you make your final decision. Mario Kart Wii is still played to this day. This game came out in, I believe, 2008. This game came out on the Wii. Melee came out on the GameCube. Very similar time spans. Mario Kart Wii has a dedicated, and I mean dedicated, fan base. One that is unmatched by most other Mario Karts right now. Maybe Mario Kart 8, depending on how you want to look at it. This game has so much deep tech and information to it that those who are truly playing this game will get the most out of this game, while at the same time still leaving a level for the casual experience. You got retro tracks along with the nitro tracks. You have a very deep character roster. You have a fantastic online feature. And again, it's on the Wii, which was, well, okay, it doesn't look that great, but it was a console. Better than what you can get from Mario Kart DS. If Mario Kart DS came second, I would put Mario Kart Wii in era defining, because this game does so much. One of the most important things is that the tracks that Mario Kart Wii introduced are like series favorite, not game favorites, series favorites. I just gotta name 2 tracks, Maple Treeway and Coconut Mall. Tell me those tracks, they just came back as DLC in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Man, stop playing with me. I think Coconut Mall came back 2 times already, as well as Maple Treeway. Was it Maple Treeway in Mario Kart 7? I'm pretty sure it was. It's such a good game. It's such a good game. I would be remiss if I did not put this anywhere else than top tier. And again, I'm only not putting it in era defining because this came second. Mario Kart DS is the era defining game. But Mario Kart Wii, man, I would play it to this day. People still play it to this day. Look up Mario Kart Wii. Well, you're probably gonna find my videos. But otherwise, people are still banging out this game. It's so good. Mario Kart Wii, mwah, creme de la creme. Mario Kart 7, when I first sat here, I'm like, I don't really care about Mario Kart 7. But then I had to think about it. I'm like, wait, no. There's a lot of decent things about Mario Kart 7. So I loaded up Mario Kart 7. And right here, here's my DS. It is very, oh yes, this is the X and Y DS. It is a 3DS. It charges in 20 minutes and dies in 10. But Mario Kart 7, for some reason, my initial thought was it's not that great. But playing this game, I think I was too critical of it, and I'm not sure why. There's a lot of great tracks on here. One of the tracks that I wish would come back were the Woohoo Loop tracks, or Maka Woohoo and Woohoo Loop. Those 2 were amazing. As a matter of fact, I looked it up, and apparently those are one of the few tracks that have not come back ever again. Why? Like, not even the tour tracks, which you would think they'd be great in tour, which makes me wonder why do they not want to bring back Woohoo Loop and Maka Woohoo? I like them. I don't know. But it was also the first game to introduce those 1-lap tracks. You know, I think there's like 3 of them in this game. One of them being Woohoo Loop, I believe. You can just, yeah, it's a 1-lap track, sections, as it were. Similar to how Mount Wario plays in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so you understand that. But yeah, it's fun. It's basically like a handheld Mario Kart Wii. It plays well. does well. As a matter of fact, it introduces kart combinations. That's very cool, because before, all the other games just had, like, you know, pick this kart and the glider or whatnot didn't really exist. Mario Kart 7 introduced gliding, a feature that is still heavily utilized right now, so I think that's a really important thing. I don't know if I would say it's era defining though, so I'm gonna put it in I would play it anytime. You know, anytime my hands aren't hurting. I did one Grand Prix in Mario Kart 7, and look at this. Just look at how this fits in my hand. Like, you think that's comfortable? Look at these buttons. Like, look at this. Like, I don't have the best, my hands are too big. And this is the XL. That's what's crazy, is that this is the 3DS XL. Big hands is a problem in this world, dude. But Mario Kart 7 is better than I remember it being. I don't know why it kind of fell off, nor are people not talking about it more. It still has it online available. The games are great. I would play it anytime. I did a poll on Twitter, and the poll ended up being 50-50. That's not helping. So I ended up playing the game myself. There's a reason why on this list, they are considered different games. Mario Kart 8, it's It's not a product of its time. I didn't want to put a bad spot on this list. But let me talk to you. The final character roster is the first weird thing. All of the Koopalings are here, right? But there's a lot of character omissions. Like, where's Birdo? Where's Bowser Jr.? Where's Dry Bones? There's so many characters that were added to Mario Kart Deluxe. I'll tell you about them later on. But if you look at it comparatively, especially to Deluxe, it's just condensed. There's a lot of character omissions here. Meanwhile, they made room for Pink, Gold, Peach. Why? They added Metal Mario. Why? It's just, I don't understand what they were thinking when they said, yep, this is the final character roster, including all DLC. The DLC characters are cool. You add Link, Villager, Isabelle, Dry Bowser, and 3 other characters I really do forget, I'll be honest. But, you know, it adds them, but otherwise, no, it's not it. I play a Grand Prix, right? There's no Ultra Boost. I didn't realize that was a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe introduction. There's no Ultra Boost. Now, typically, if you were to say that, you know, you're just playing it, it was introduced in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? But I've become so used to it not being in this game feels like a detriment. And that may be a bit unfair for a remake of the game having new features to take it away from the original one, but it does. It does to me, and I just don't know why. Again, I recognize that it may be unfair, but I just don't get it. Then I start playing the game. Did y'all remember that there's no item dragging in this game? That you don't get 2 item slots? Cause I did. I went to go hold my shell, and my shell's dragging behind me, and it doesn't go out of my item slot. What? I forgot that was something they did in Mario Kart 8, and that's honestly a detriment, because I'm pretty sure every other Mario Kart game before this did not have this error, for lack of a better word. That's just weird to me. Maybe I need a bad ranking on this, because I would not play Mario Kart 8 again. I would not, especially with DX. It's just, there's so much about this that's weird. Oh, the weirdest part? The battle modes. The battle mode was terrible. It was only balloon mode, and you had no actual battle maps. Instead, you got your choice of 8 tracks. 12 people on a track with no real direction to go. And your goal is to drive around. If someone's on the bottom point of the track and you're on the top part, you have to try to drive towards each other to hit them. And of course, if they see you coming, they're just gonna run away because they have the most points. You know, knocking people out, getting hits with balloons, etc., etc. But it's such a bad mode. It's genuinely a bad mode. I would never play that again. I just knew. I knew that it was bad. I didn't know how bad. I don't even know if... You know what? I feel like I need I'm not going to change it now because it's going to ruin my layout. But this is a mistake. Mario Kart 8 is bad. it's bad, dude. It's bad. But fortunately, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is right there, making up all of the mistakes that Mario Kart 8 made. First of all, it introduces so many new features. Again, as I just said, the Ultra Boosts are introduced here. You have easy mode setting for kids, the auto steering and the auto accelerate. That way you can bring everybody in. You don't have to worry about people always falling off of tracks and all that, which is very cool. It introduces the actual double item slot and brings back double item boxes. I went to go get double item boxes on the normal path I would get on Bowser's Castle, and it wasn't there, and it blew my mind. I didn't realize how integral that is to the game. Jeez! It is everything that Mario Kart 8 was and better. The tracks are still good, which was something I should have mentioned about Mario Kart 8. The tracks are at least beautiful. They play well, they're all great. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe comes with all of the DLC from the last game. So you're already starting off with what? 12 cups? 12 times, that's 48. So you're always starting off with 48 tracks. But then they introduced the Booster Course Pass. All the, 12 new cups? 48 new tracks? For a total of 96 tracks, and I believe beginning in Wave 4, we started getting new characters. We got Birdo, we got Kamek, we got some other characters I can't remember, Petey Piranha, and Wiggler. There we go, I remembered. And we have more coming later on, which please let one of them be Pauline. Please. Yes! 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 And the battle mode is actually fun here. In a DLC update, we now have custom items. This is all things they could have done in Mario Kart 8, but they chose to not and just added on to 8 Deluxe. And you know what? I'm here for it. Mario Kart 8 sucks, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, top tier. I don't know if I want to say it's era defining, because it's not the first one to introduce DLC. It's not the new one to introduce, you know, new characters and all that. But for what it is, man, listen, I might break some hearts here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Mario Kart game ever. And I probably should have been tearing all of these in here. Like right now, Mario Kart DS would go. Give it up. Yo, give it up. Thank you. I'm sorry, Mario Kart 64. I love you, but DS is it. And I'd probably put it, yeah, you know, this is accurate. Double Dash, arcade, and yeah, that's accurate. And a product of its time, I would still play Super Circuit over Super Mario Kart. I would. But otherwise, no. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I know I said creme de la creme for Mario Kart Wii, but near perfection for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Mario Kart Tour is a product of its time. This was clearly a cash grab of Nintendo trying to get into the mobile market, start to get into loot boxes and whatnot. I played the game for a bit and it just felt very predatory on money. Like the amount of things you would have to do to get the pipes to try to get some random character, the introduction of all these different characters and different skins just to say, oh, well, I gotta get that, I gotta get that. I don't even know if they came with anything different in terms of stats or whatnot, because I didn't play the game more than a week or two. And I don't remember the game actually evolving past that. It was just, it's mobile gaming. They did introduce landscape gaming not far after, which was decent. You know, it did. I remember picking up the game again to try it out in that. But it still was the same predatory practices, and it was a huge turnoff for the game. Not to mention the controls themselves were very weird to me. I'm not used to touchscreen gaming. That's just not that doesn't work for me like that. I don't remember the tracks, although now that the tracks are coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, thank you for that, because those tracks are beautiful. But I remember that the races were only 150, and I think it was locked at 100cc, which also felt off-putting to me. I just feel like Mario Kart Tour could be better, but at the same time, I don't know how, because of how it was, what I feel it was designed to do, which was just be a cash grab, you know, get into that mobile gaming market and whatnot. So I guess it's okay, but I would play Mario Kart 7 if you want Mario Kart on the go. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. This thing is fun. I always wanted it myself, but I never got it because when it did come out, I just wasn't in the right spot to really take full advantage, so I never really got it. But I did play it going over a friend's house, and I had a lot of fun. The thing is with Mario Kart Home Circuit is that you really do need to have free reign of your house in order to get the most out of it. And my family aren't gamers. My son was, but he's off at college. Everybody else doesn't really care, and my daughter would just pick up the goalposts if I would ever to try to set them down. So I could not take full advantage of this thing, nor would she want to try to get it as much as she would like to just rather drive it around itself. You know, she wouldn't get the track format yet. But if you can take advantage of it, play it. It's really cute how you can make up your own track anytime that you want. You get 4 goalposts and you can go literally anywhere. You can drive it under your bed and then hit the goalpost outside of there. You can make it to where you gotta go around 3 times before you go through a goalpost. You make any track that you want and just play it, and it's dope. You get all these new items, not new items, but you get items on the road. You get the other characters, and you get to see your house from your TV screen while the RC is driving elsewhere, and you're looking at your monitor or TV, however you're playing, and you see your house from the kart's perspective. It's kind of like a Toy Story thing. So I do like it. I think the idea is very cute, but I couldn't take full advantage of it. If you can, if your whole family gets in on it, you just like, yo, we're all getting our own RC cars, we're all gonna be playing around the house, it's gonna be fun, great for the whole family, then yo, get that game. I would put it and would play anytime. But seeing as how it's kind of gimmicky how you have to play it, I'm gonna put it in I. I'm definitely putting it above Mario Kart 8. Do I put it? Yeah, I'm definitely putting it above arcade as well. Because if you can play it, again, I feel like I hate saying this 17 times, but if you can play it, play it. Simple as. Now, honestly, I feel like my opinions match the majority. But if I had to pick one that you guys would probably say it doesn't belong there, it belongs lower or higher, wherever, Mario Kart 64, because I recognize that with the younger generation, that game is polarizing, and Mario Kart Tour, depending on who you are, how you're playing, and if you like mobile games. But again, remember, all of this, my opinion. This is what I think. If you disagree, let me know your tier list in the comment section below. Shoot, get the link from my Discord to make your own tier list and share it out on Twitter or X, however you want to refer to it. Do you, boo-boo? Let me know what other tier lists you want to see me do in the comment section below, and I just may pick yours for the next tier list. But for right now, wait, I don't do outros anymore. Watch the other videos. Bye.